Hello everyone, and welcome to a very cold day for me, but for you, Star Trek Online, Ja'ula's Discovery. With the headphones on under the hood, it looks a bit... I've been looking forward to this episode because I believe it's a very nice one. I think. It's been like 2 to 3 years since I actually played it. But I think it's a good one because we're actually starting the whole Ja'ula thing now.
This is Captain Kumarke of the LSS Riskava. My research group is under attack in the Andoria system. We believe the attackers are allied with House Mokai in service to Matriarch Ja'ula. Their flagship is using some kind of superweapon. We've lost 3 ships to it already. To all vessels within range, please. We require immediate assistance. We can't last much longer against...
Well, I can hardly refuse a call like that. Helm hard about. Set course for Andoria, or, directly aft by 6 light years. Hard about. It's fortunate our patrol pattern brought us so close at such a convenient time. Beneath the skin. I like Andoria. I like that it's a moon.
Thank you for coming, my friend. Things were looking quite grim before your arrival. The Mokai vessels attacked without warning. Be mindful of their flagship. It has a superweapon of unknown origin, and it is devastating.
We'll keep that in mind, thank you, Captain. Bold of them to attack Andoria in the heart of the Federation.
Indeed. We'll need to act fast if we're going to save Andoria.
This looks like the commander in charge of this sector, Captain Marois. Is it French? Very well, Captain. What can you tell me about the raiders while we close the distance to Vex?
The Mokai ships are old, but they've been retrofitted with modern technology. Matriarch Ja'ula has been busy since her arrival from the 23rd century. Look, this cowardly attack took us by surprise. We need to deal with these raiders before that superweapon gets turned on my homeworld.
Agreed.
Agreed?
Agreed indeed. We're moving to assist. Stand by, Captain. We'll coordinate with your tactical officers, as well as Andorian defense forces in the modified, what are they? Kumari classes? Fire! Scramble fighters! Wait, what difficulty are we on? What difficulty are we on? Advanced, fantastic. It's a bit disconcerting to be fighting these old ships and actually having some trouble. Refits indeed. Or did they say retrofits? I don't know the distinction there. Launch the next wing of fighters. Fire all weapons. Refit or not, they are no match for a Yorktown class. Oh, forward shields are down! Hard to port target. Okay, scratch that. Target the Sec class battle cruiser. Fire all weapons. God, I hope I'm not being too loud. I hope I'm not peaking the audio. I don't know how to not do that. Right, a relatively under-control battle with all... I mean, we are in the heart of the Federation, so we've got a fair number of reinforcements that came in at the...
Don't worry about us. The fleet needs your help more than we do.
At the Riskava's distress call. Roger that, escort. Must be the sort of like, not privately operated, but like the Vulcans operate their own ships for like the science exploration fleet, I assume the Federation gives provisions for member worlds to operate like defense vessels independent of Starfleet, which is like what these presumably are. That Andorian escort is kind of in the middle of a bunch of ships with no reinforcements. Let's deal with this last battle cruiser and reinforce them. We have 2 squads of fighters there. Relaunch. That Andorian escort we were supposed to help has just blown up. Right, let's make sure this squadron of Klingons doesn't make it to our main force. Target that bird of prey, fire. We're out of shields. We're out of shields. That's a new one. Right, let's cut across their path with plasma. should slow them down a bit. Aft weapons, fire. They've still got the Lucara pinned down. I mean, a vessel of that size, they'd probably be able to fit quite a lot of modern technology in it, so I'm not surprised. Even considering, well, especially considering modern technology is probably more compact. Launch more fighters. Right, Sec-class battlecruiser completely immobilized. Although that one's flanking and we can't detect it. There it is. We are taking damage. Tractor beam. Right, finish them off. Tactical, and then swing around. Get that last, well, target the bird of prey first. God, it is refusing to die. Right, bird of prey. Engineering informs me we have a new batch of plasma ready, although I don't think it'll be necessary. We've got one battlecruiser remaining, and they seem to be turning to face us.
Thanks for the assist. Our engines are damaged, but we'll join as soon as we can.
Do we even have an escort remaining? I'm pretty sure they died. Okay, they must be just not on our scanners, because obviously they exist. Right, let's focus fire on the Rescava.
Stop! You know me! We're allies!
Sorry, spoilers.
Which is still at 98% hull integrity. Right, let's park ourselves here. Fire all weapons.
That new Mokai weapon is tearing our ships apart.
Oh, Andorian reinforcements.
Fire the weapon!
Race! Science, can you please get me some sort of analysis while we finish off the battle? Fire!
It has created a massive spatial rift. Not sure how, but it has. The flagship is launching probes into the rift.
In the simulation, they deployed something vaguely similar. At least it was also blue.
Help! Leave the system!
It's possible this weapon is how they managed to travel to our century. Obviously, they've got it working now. Instead of traveling, they've got a massive rift. But the battle's over. Dock the Aquarius for repairs.
We've driven off the Mokai, but they left a very disturbing problem in their wake. We're not exactly sure what that rift is, or what it's capable of. I need answers to those questions. Andoria is my home, and I won't let it come to harm on my watch.
Naturally, we will get to the bottom of this, Captain. Rest assured. Right. Science, give me a good old scan. Sartre, that's who's at science.
My readings are showing a distinct biological presence with qualities similar in many ways to that of fungi. Very intriguing. I'm afraid astromycology is not my specialty. I believe we'll need to consult with an expert in the field if we're to solve this riddle quickly.
Astromycology? I didn't even know that was a specialty. Do those exist? Experts in that?
I realize the scientific aspects of the rift are fascinating.
Yeah, they're also the key to closing it.
Let's not forget this thing appeared as a result of Ja'ula firing her new weapon. It's not benign. It's meant to do harm.
That's a good point.
The way I see it, this rift is a ticking time bomb, and we need to shut it down before it explodes. Period.
I do agree, Captain.
My science team has isolated a series of research files that could help us. They're old. From the mid-23rd century. Interesting.
That tracks.
A good number of them are classified by Starfleet Command. At the highest level.
I mean, with my alliance authorization, I can probably twist Titan's ear into, like, fixing that problem. But why would Starfleet classify this tech? Maybe it's because this is a weapon. Maybe they classified it because of how bloody dangerous it is. Anyway.
That's a damn good question. Not sure I want to know the answer.
I do.
Look, finding an astromycologist from this century and getting them up to speed on this will take time, and we don't have a lot of that. I propose we create a holographic simulation of the author of these files and put it to work on the problem.
I mean, if we're creating a holographic simulation of a real person, maybe don't kiss it after it tells you that when you're stroking the ship's nacelles, you're stroking their nacelles. Just a word of warning.
Good. Let's meet here on the Hoffman. I'll talk to Starfleet about gaining access to these research notes. See you soon.
In the meantime, I'll also twist Titan's ear. Very pointy ear. I'll see what I can do about that. On my way. They don't need tactical gear. Bollocks. Hold on. Are we gonna get attacked there? Because they don't need tactical gear. They've got, like, armor and stuff. I suppose it doesn't really matter if my background characters have tactical gear or not. Okay, so I have, Carol is supposed to be my first officer, so it's a bit that she's beaming over, but you know.
Welcome aboard. Hope you're ready to go to work, because we have a lot of work to tackle and very little time to do it in.
Any updates on the Rift? Because I took a bit of time assembling my team, which is not here. That team is when we get attacked, they're gonna beam in. Shit.
Welcome aboard. My people believe we're looking at some kind of quantum-level mycelial thread. Basically a giant extra-dimensional fungus. A giant extra-dimensional fungus that somehow serves as a portal into another plane of existence.
Fungus portal. I must say, I'm familiar with fungus sort of causing an effect that seems like it's getting you to another plane of existence. I've never heard of that actually happening. How do we close it?
We're working on that with you, the Lucari, and hopefully the hologram we're about to deploy. Let's hope they have the data we need to get the job done.
To the holodeck. My away team can meet up when we know what we're doing next. Right. Captain, nice to meet you. Lead the way. Looks a lot like an Intrepid class. Very retro. This is a new ship after all. I like it. My ship's got...
Okay, let's get started. I'll initiate the basic holomatrix while you upload and integrate the relevant personality and research data.
Yeah. Bloody grunt work. Why is a Romulan singing Le Marseillaise? I don't know how to say it. Figuring out LCARs in the meantime.
Okay, merging your data with the core holomatrix. Now, computer, initiate program Papa Sierra 1.
Very generic name, Captain.
Starfleet. I should have known. There's no way in hell I'm letting you weaponize my work. Also, I don't appreciate being kidnapped. Drafted, whatever this is.
Damn it. The simulation isn't accessing data from his Starfleet career. Computer, initiate full security override on my authority.
Hello?
Access
Is your
denied.
universal
Record sealed by order
translator
of
working?
Starfleet Admiralty.
Anyone? Who's in charge here?
Computer freeze
You?
program.
It's you, isn't it?
That
Generally.
should do it. Computer, reinitialize program.
Better.
Please state the nature of the mycelial emergency.
Oh, I like it. I obviously folded in some emergency holographic scaffolding for the personality. I like it a lot. Mr. Hologram, how are you?
You know, I was afraid something like this would happen. I told Strahl that our work could get twisted
Strahl?
into some sort of weapon. I never expected the Klingons would be the ones
Strahl?
doing the twisting.
Oh, I believe I'm familiar with your apparent research partner. This must be similar to whatever technology we saw the Glenn using in the simulation. How fascinating. So the deal is there's a transdimensional portal that seems fungal in nature.
Give me a second. Reviewing your current data. Got it. Okay, we need to know more about the probes this time-traveling Klingon fired into the Mycelial Network. I'll run some simulations, see what I can find out.
Yeah, you're saying a lot of words that are gibberish to me, which instills me with confidence, actually. That's generally what it feels like when dealing with an expert. So, Mycelial Network.
It's a subspace realm that spans the entire multiverse. That's our universe and all other quantum realities, all connected to the network. The network contains the roots of a certain type of fungus, and if you know how, you can use the spores of that fungus to access the network. I'm one of the few people to figure out how to do that, by the way. I'm assuming that's why I'm here now.
Oh, technically speaking, you're not here. Yeah.
The Discovery was equipped with a spore drive, and with it, we were able to travel immense distances almost instantaneously, thanks to the network. Glenn. It wasn't always an exact science, though. You weren't careful, you could wind up in another dimension, or another time.
We met the ISS Discovery, maybe that's how they jumped here. Anyway, glad we're able to call on your expertise.
All right, any more questions, or shall we get back to work?
How dangerous is the weapon? I mean, can you tell that?
I need more data on this Klingon superweapon, but if I were to guess, I'd say it's meant to disrupt a localized section of the network. That disruption, in turn, damages the corresponding section in our universe. Problem is, damage in the Mycelial Network tends to spread and grow in magnitude.
That's not good.
Unchecked, this type of attack could spread through the entire network, which would be very bad.
It would also then logically spread through the entire corresponding universe. Am I correct?
Bad on an apocalyptic scale.
I am correct.
Simply put, if she keeps doing this, she could bring an end to all life in all universes.
It's kind of ridiculous that us mortals are able to create such multiverse-ending technology. I mean, I suppose it's kind of ridiculous that us mortals are able to create such climate-destroying technology.
I'm angry, I'm frustrated, and to be perfectly honest, I'm running out of animals to anthropomorphize.
Understood. I feel the stakes have just been raised considerably with context.
All right, any more questions, or shall we get back to work?
That's about it. Computer, configure Mycelium Research Laboratory. For some reason.
Nice touch. I'd have been fine with a lab from this century, but it's the thought that counts, I suppose. I'm gonna run some calibration tests. I'll need you to handle the radiation and spore saturation levels.
Oh, brilliant. I know how to do that. Do I?
I'll start the calibration, then the monitors will show you the level of radiation and spore saturation in the chamber. You'll need to adjust it up or down as we go. Don't let it get too high or too low. If the levels go out of bounds, I'll have to reset the simulation. That's annoying, so don't do it.
Got it. The stakes are kind of low. Watch the radiation and spore levels. Use the appropriate console to keep them in safe range until the simulation completes. Fantastic. Captain, I assume you're doing something. Computer, begin. That one is red. Whoa. Okay, this is a bit more complicated.
The simulation is picking up speed. Stay sharp.
Oh, shit. Right, this is fun. Couldn't have the computer do this, just gotta have me running back and forth between consoles. I said that very loudly, but this is kind of... oh my god.
Alright, we're good here. Let me take a look at the results. Interesting. First thing, we can use the rift to transport into the Mycelial Network, which is good, because we need to go there to figure out what this Ja'ula is up to.
Right, you're kind of skipping steps here. What?
Sorry, got ahead of myself there.
And ahead of
I'm
me.
detecting radiation coming from the rift of a type unique to 23rd century Klingon tech. It's probably coming from those probes Ja'ula shot into the network. Whatever they're doing in there, it's probably not for the benefit of life, the universe, and everything.
My teeth hurt. Understood. This next steps are...
Sounds like we need to send an away team into this mycelial network to gather more data on the problem and deal with whatever House Mokai is doing there.
Fun.
I'll set up a mobile emitter so Stamets here can go along. I have a feeling we'll need his expertise on the other side of that rift.
Understood. I assume you're staying here to command the remaining ships, sensing we are the two most senior commanders. And both of us going would be silly. Computer end program. That was really immersive and really fun. I liked that. Star Trek Online, do more of that. Return to the transporter. You got a mobile emitter? Yeah, he does. Fantastic. I'll have to suit up.
Transporter's ready and standing by to beam you into the Mycelial Network. I took the liberty of sending your ship the adjustments. Your away team will be ready to join you there. Just say the word when you're ready to go.
I'm ready. And my teeth are sensitive. Why?
Good luck in there.
Thanks.
We'll be monitoring from here.
Picard maneuver.
Energize.
Did we check for breathable? I mean, obviously it's breathable, but did we check first? Very luminous, kind of pretty. Very pretty, actually.
Welcome to the Mycelial Network.
Sorry, just the side eye. Is my team here?
All right.
Yes?
We don't have a lot of time. Between her weapon and whatever tech she's put in here, Ja'ula's done a lot of damage. We need to put a stop to it before it gets too far gone. Let's head toward those Klingon energy signatures. Seems like a good place to start.
Naturally. That is what we're looking for. I don't know if it's concerning, and it might just be me, but I'm feeling like this sort of like localized ow on my skin.
That would be the Jasep. They're a sentient, spore-based colony life form. My records indicate they act to decompose any material that's alien to the Mycelial Network.
Which is
like
us.
You, for example.
Yeah.
Adjust your personal shields to
Got it.
this setting. It should protect you from their nibbling.
Nibbling, lovely.
Good. Whatever's happening with that Mokai tech hasn't spread here. Not yet, anyway.
Right.
Take some samples from healthy spore clusters.
I mean,
we'll need them for comparison studies later.
Weapons, I guess, won't really be necessary, to be honest. Would have been nice if you mentioned the Jasep before we beamed in. Would have came in with EV suits. Alright, I'm just gonna pluck some mushrooms. By the way, where are we? Is this like a... What is this land? Is this... What... Because, like... I'm looking down and it looks like we're on a floating island of some sort. Why is this fungal place a floating island in nothingness? I'm not going to think about it because I'm not an astromycologist, but just wondering.
You really can't appreciate this place until you see it for yourself.
I mean, I'm sure I'd have been fine with
This
pictures.
is serious. If the network is damaged beyond repair, it could end all life, everywhere.
I'm going quickly. Don't rush me. Ooh, spores. Oh, I see spores in the air too. We're breathing the stuff. We're breathing the universe. Oh, that was a stubborn one. Got it though. Mr. Stamets?
Hold your fire. I'm pretty sure she comes in peace.
She? What? Mr. Stamets, astromycologist guy. Explain, please, what the actual... Fuck. By the elements. Another resurrected person from the 23rd century, except I know you, more or less.
Outsiders. I am of the Jasep.
Naturally.
We are people of this realm.
Naturally.
We have met people of your realm before. Many of them have traveled here.
Many.
Others from your realm have sent things that are hurting us. You must make this stop.
Right, this little prompt that it's gonna make me say is really silly, because you can tell from context that this is not, in fact, Chief of Security of the... Baran Patel. They said they're of the Jasep. This is just a representation. What you should be asking is like, why do you look like Patel from back when? From the Baran?
I created this form to give the Jasep voice, to communicate with you. Based on your memories, Patel is compassionate, idealistic, someone who protects, someone like the Jasep.
Okay, maybe in future, ask before you access my memories. I didn't know you did that. I appreciate the gesture. Don't do it again.
We waste time.
Yeah.
Strange devices have been brought here. They make the fungus sick. They are making the yield tree bloom.
I mean, I'd hardly call consent a waste of time, but we are here to help, and I presume you're talking about the Klingon devices.
This yield tree she's talking about is bad news.
I'm sure.
The Jasep aren't fond of it, and with good reason. Its bark is toxic to them.
Yummy. How did this happen? Was it because of probes that came from our realm?
There was a tear in the sky, and a device came through it from your realm. It gives off strange light and heat at all times. This is what brings the sickness and the poison. We know it. The device is deeper in the forest. I will take you to it, but you must stop it. You must.
I mean, we do have experience with the type of technology, not specifically, but sort of the genre of technology, if you will. 23rd century Klingon. We will probably manage if you lead us.
Let's get moving. Looks like this device is deeper in the mycelial forest.
She said that!
Watch for visible signs of fungal corruption and yield tree growth. The more we see, the closer we'll be to the problem.
Fantastic. What does the yield tree look like, though? Oh, just breathing more spore. Oh, she's running, guys. Keep up. No, you weren't planning on a jog, but what the bloody hell do you want me to do with this?
We can use this to move quickly. It will let us travel through the network to another part of the realm.
Naturally. How exactly do you intend for me to... Give it...
Interesting. This might be a tardigrade birthing ground.
What?
Try not to scare the little ones, okay? I don't think we'd survive an encounter with an angry adult tardigrade, let alone several.
The more life forms you could have informed... More life forms you could have informed us of before we stood on a bloody transporter pad. Yeah, let's scan them. This is... Yeah, my science officers will probably enjoy that.
The liquid sources here may tell us more about them as well. Tardigrades can put themselves into a desiccated state to survive without water, but they still need it to remain active and to grow. Take a sample from the center of the pool. That should provide useful information.
Right, I should have asked, but these are called tardigrades. Are they related? Are they actually related to the microscopic tardigrades native to Earth? That would be interesting, because, like, they're obviously not microscopic. Anyway, let's scan the little ones and the water source. The little ones. Let's catch them, guys. Let's pick them up and violate international law. Or probably Federation guidelines on not picking up life forms. Alright, just scooping some pink stuff up.
The fluid sample shows a high level of nucleotides and proteins.
I know what one of those
This serves not only as a liquid source for the local flora, but also a nutrient carrier. These proteins include compounds associated with the formation of neurotransmission and memory.
So the fluid is part of like a nervous system with the network?
It's possible that the liquid carries information in the form of protein compounds, and that specific fungi may release chemicals into the fluid that allow for widespread communication.
The question is, what happens if I drink it? Then the mycelium are roots and the vessels, while the waterways are neurons or whatever. Dr. Tanar, please just double check me on that, if it matters, because I'm obviously just going off of very basic medical knowledge. Lovely, lovely. Take readings of the tardigrade young. I wonder how they reproduce. How do actual tardigrades reproduce? Presumably they have eggs. Lower life form, like less advanced life forms that aren't mammals tend to do eggs.
Even baby tardigrades are extremely tough.
Unfortunately, they don't seem to be hostile. And they don't seem to need to breathe. Or perhaps they breathe through those antenna things. Anyway, Doctor, you have expertise in biology. Surely you can... Do not stand on that! Come here. Little bit this way. Come on. Come on. Thank you. Good enough. Don't go back there. They look kind of... Oh, I've seen you before.
The tardigrades are of the realm. They live in harmony within the forest.
I forgot that we met one on the Glen. They don't seem to like Klingons, at least the big one didn't.
These readings could be very helpful to us here. Understanding this ecosystem may be the key to healing it.
Indeed. Naturally. Find and use next mycelial conduit. Doctor, have you got anything in your medkits to, like, maybe make me black out for the duration of the trip?
Look, see that? That's definitely not Klingon tech. It's running clean, too. No radiation or harmful emissions. Whatever it is, it's not part of the problem here. I'd like to take a closer look, if you don't mind.
It's not part of the problem, but it's clearly, like, made in a similar fashion to the way we make technology. Nothing like the rest of what we've seen here. Oh, God. Presumably we've got something for nausea, Dr. Tanar. Right, excuse me, lads, lasses, oh, it's open top and I'm stuck. I'm fine. Hold on, I want to get on top of it. It looks like some sort of storage device, perhaps. Harvesting something and then storing it for later retrieval. Very crowded up here.
Curiouser and curiouser. This is Alachi tech. I wonder what they're doing in here. This device appears to collect spores floating in the atmosphere. Based on what we know about Alachi, I think it's collecting food for them.
Curiouser and curiouser. I'm fairly certain that this story arc in Star Trek Online came out before Season 4 of Discovery, which is interesting. I wonder how Curiouser and Curiouser ended up here and there, if it ending up there was inspired by this. Anyway, the Alachi, why are they here? They were kind of a menace to the Republic back in the day. They were turning people into Alachi. They kind of suck. Why are you so chill?
Alachi are, like the Jasset,
really?
Part of this realm.
They eat people.
They lived here before they went to serve and fight in your realm.
Serve?
Now some of them have returned.
Oh, the lucky Sela didn't find this place. She'd have burnt it to the ground.
This Sela, does she work with the one who sent the devices and the sickness? Do we have another enemy to face?
No, don't worry. I'm just mentioning names off the top of my head. References. Nothing that should concern you.
I sense that you are conflicted when you speak of the Alachi.
Yeah.
They are your enemies, aren't they?
Very.
Will you bring your war with them to this realm?
I will act only in self-defense.
Incoming!
Ilachi? Right, do not open... Tovin, are you deaf? I said defense! They look kind of zombie,
Something's wrong with the Alachi.
Oh, that's good. Confirmation. Shoot them. Oh, they're not wrong enough that they can't use energy weapons. They go down easy, though. Right. An old foe returns. Fantastic.
Those Alachi were of the realm, but they were sick. Toxic, like the yield tree. Their
Infected?
devices were corrupt as well.
Oh.
If we cannot cure the Alachi, we must cull them from the realm before the sickness spreads.
Well, as I said, self-defense. Doctor, see if you can do something about possibly curing them. In the meantime, shooty shoot.
You see? Look. Look here. It is corrupted. The device makes it grow in a strange, toxic way, and it spreads the sickness.
Oh! I don't know, those plants look pretty chill to me, but assuming they're toxic, I can see why you'd have a biased opinion. Culling them in why is it wiggling? Right, strange and unusual ways indeed. Right, taking samples, it's wiggling.
Lots of yield tree growth here. That's not a good thing. The corruption is getting stronger.
Right, are we planning on doing anything with these, or will they, like, disappear naturally when we fix this? Ooh, more Ilachi, by the sounds of it. That's a big structure. A home? Oh, God. They've got personal shielding now. Veril is rushing in, very eager. I suppose Veril's colony was destroyed by the Ilachi back in the day, as was mine, so she does have reason to be eager to kill some. Even if the Federation does not encourage that kind of thinking. Our Federation masters. I just sprayed a bunch of people I didn't mean to spray with plasma. I'm taking another sample. Nothing new to say.
This fungi is being mutated by Hargpeng radiation. Not good.
Oh God, love that too. Used some Hargpeng torpedoes on that planet killer back in the day. Lots of references. Alright, scanning.
Looks like this used to be an Ilachi research outpost. They were starting to build defense systems in response to incursions from our space. Bet you can't guess who was responsible for those.
Ja'ula? So the Ilachi were trying to do we have an enemy in common, Mr. Expert?
Unfortunately, the radiation from Ja'ula's tech had a negative effect on the Ilachi.
Naturally.
They began to mutate, and their higher brain functions started to deteriorate. Looks like a team decided to head deeper into the network to deal with the problem. There aren't any coherent entries after that.
Hopefully some survived. It would kind of... either I hope some survived or we can cure the remaining. Ja'ula's tech is still operational, though.
We must go deeper into the network, toward the source of the corruption.
Probably through more transport pads. Oh. Onward! Right, download what they have, though. We can translate it and analyze it. Could be interesting. I mean, technically, we don't have a claim to the information, but science knows no limits. No, wait. Oh, God. You know what? Doctor, I don't care if you have something. Just shoot me.
Captain. I cannot stun my captain.
Just shoot me and just wake me up when we get on the other side with a stimulant.
The device is close, you see? The yield trees, the corruption, they have spread through this area. Ooh. Find the next node and jump.
Whoa.
The source of the sickness must be in the next area.
Oh, fantastic. Glad we brought weapons. And armor. Whoop, whoop, whoop. No enemies, though, so that's good. Those yield trees. I see what you mean about unnatural growth. Very slender man. Oh, God. Doctor, you know what to do?
Something's wrong here. The radiation has mutated the hyphae grouping in this conduit. I can't compute its dynamic output ranges and adjust to compensate for the mutation. Long story short, we're stuck.
Fantastic.
No. The sickness has damaged it too much. I cannot speak to it and make it work. Oh. It must be navigated by the Stamets. The living Stamets.
The living Stamets has been dead for, like, what, 200 years? That's a problem. And what could the living Stamets do differently, though? Like, is it some biological thing that has to happen?
The living Stamets, the one who came here before, was part of the network.
Part of
connected.
The network?
He touched it with his mind. The living Stamets could feel the flow of the network. That is how he guided his ship home through it.
What did I say about holographic creations of real people and touching? Stop it. Feel. Intuition. The living Stamets guided discovery with intuition. I'm kind of making jumps of logic here based on information that I don't have, actually, Terrell.
Yes. But this Stamets does not think the same way. It thinks like a machine.
Because he is.
Not like the living.
Anyway, do you have, like, you said you've got, like, memory stuff. Can we reprogram him to be, like, to gain this intuition, maybe?
The memories and essence of the Stamets from before are within the network.
I'm a genius.
We may be able to bring them forth for you, so you can merge them with this Stamets. What you need is within what grows here, and the fluid that connects and sustains it.
We need to get the hologram to drink fluids. Let's start. Right, okay, making a hologram sentient. No, not any kind of ethical problems with that.
The mycelial forest is a vast network, much like your computers. All you need to do is bring the memories you want to the surface.
How?
The water connects all the growth. Use it to compel the fronds to blossom and release the memories you seek. Watch carefully. When the fronds bloom, collect the spore memories from them.
Right, it sounds simple, and I don't understand how I guess I'm just pouring this stuff onto some plants?
Quickly,
oh, well, some mushrooms.
Go collect the spores before they dissipate.
Oh, okay. Oh god, I assume we have collection methods. What the bloody... Cover me! For frack's sake!
You will need to collect more of the fluid.
That's good. Thank you, Ilachi. I can't even see them.
You will need to collect more of the fluid.
Shut up! I'm not even
Quickly,
pouring the fluid on
go collect
things.
the spores before they dissipate.
The Ilachi, why? Right, just cover me!
You will need to collect more of the fluid.
Shut up!
You will need to collect more of the fluid.
I'm aware.
You will need to collect more of the fluid.
But tell!
You will need to collect more of the fluid.
Shut your goddamn
Quickly,
fungus.
Go collect. You have the spores. Now you must return to the place of memory. Together, we will make them rebuild the memory of what was.
Brilliant. Right, good work, everyone. Where the bloody hell did you get that from? We certainly didn't bring it.
Spores. They're the building blocks of energy across the universe.
Look how it interacts with the spores.
It's as if I don't know where to go.
You only do it for me. I could be your I do love it when you only do things for me.
The thread that weaves life through space.
I so hoped you would find your way.
I can't even find my way out.
Follow the music, Paul. We're not going anywhere. Open your eyes.
Hugh? Okay. I know what I need to do here.
Hi.
Hugh.
No. I'm Terrell.
Now I know what it was like for you when you came back.
My name's Terrell.
Now it's my turn, except you're not here.
I'm right here.
None of you are. Burnham, Tilly, Saru, all of you. You're gone. It's just me now. What's left of me, at least?
A hologram. Report?
I'm gonna need a moment here, okay? This is a lot to take in.
Veril, do some scans of that holographic emitter.
Okay. Everything's all coming together in my head now.
Hold off on the scans.
I can navigate the network again. I can do this.
Ah, fantastic. Thank you. Ethics be damned.
We are alike now, both created for a purpose. but with the memories of someone else.
You have Patel's memories?
The memories of a life not entirely our own. But we are alive.
I mean, I suppose, but by Federation understandings of things, you are individuals with identities of your own. That's what the law says, anyway.
Patel may be a living thing, but what about me?
Oh, allow me to introduce our holographic doctor from Voyager.
A simulation of a life once lived, and yet I remember being him. I remember the thrill of discovering the Mycelial Network, the terror of the Klingon War, serving on Discovery, everything I felt when I lost Hugh, and everything I felt when he came back. All of it. Everything.
Yeah, here's where we get into the whole ethics that I brought up that we're kind of disregarding. All important things and part of your life now, although you're now in the 25th century and a hologram. I mean, I'm not going to get into the concept of consensual termination, but I'm sure it's on the table.
We were made, not born. But that alone does not define us. If we have all the memories, all the feelings, we can choose how to live, according to what we know and feel. We are as real as anyone. We are just made of different things.
Sounds about like what that old holographic doctor I mentioned says. You are, for all intents and purposes, Paul Stamets now. If you want to, you certainly have the memories.
You're giving me the chance to do what I want, to be who I want to be.
I mean, I'd rather you help us a bit.
Thank you.
First.
I've made my choice. Let's finish this.
Thank you.
A lot of people are counting on us, counting on me. I can help, and I will. It's what Hugh would have wanted, and it's what I want.
I've no idea who you're talking about, but I'm sure. Yes, let's do what Hugh wants. Shall we, lads? Complete disregard for ethical considerations. You're waving to the universe. Oh, God. Tanar, shoot me.
I swear this oath by Apollo Physician. I will enter to help the sick and heal the injured, and I will do no harm.
The sickness. It is strong here. It is dangerous. Already, many of the Alachi have become sick and corrupted.
Fantastic. I see we near the source.
There are 3 devices up ahead. You must disable them.
Fantastic. We've got Alachi up ahead. I'm throwing a preemptive grenade.
There are the devices, up ahead.
Oh! And there's some tardigrades. They haven't noticed us, or if they have, they're pretty chill about it.
They are of the realm, but the sickness doesn't affect them. It should. They eat overgrown blooms. They drink the water. Somehow, they remain strong.
Nice. Strong enough to tear us a new one. Something about them could be a solution to all this?
Right now, the radiation is creating more overgrowth than the tardigrades can eat.
Ah.
If we take out Ja'ula's device, the corruption will stop and the growth rate will return to normal. Then the tardigrades will eat the surplus overgrowth, corrupted or not. Given time, they should slowly bring the ecosystem back into balance.
A very neat solution. Let's find that device and shut it down. Those devices. I'm sure they would have warned me if I was at risk of being eaten. Is this like the Borg? Lower your weapons. They'll ignore us till it considers us a threat, maybe. I'm just gonna hug the wall here. Right. Very, very, good. The problem here is that I assume we could cut through it.
This could be tricky. We can't disable the probes without clearing the corrupted mycelium, and we can't do that without risking detonation.
Shoot.
We're gonna need to think outside the box on this one.
I mean, old Jimmy boy to my right over there eats the stuff.
We need to convince a hungry tardigrade to come to the buffet table, so to speak. If we can lure one of them to the probes, it might clear the overgrowth to a point where we can safely disarm them.
How? Please tell me it's a way that involves me being very far away from that hungry tardigrade.
I'm thinking we use the healthy spore samples we collected earlier.
Oh,
if
hold on.
You're willing to wave a carrot in front of a hungry, practically indestructible 8-legged horse.
Horse! I wouldn't call it a horse, it's more of a bear, Commander. If I die, tell Commander Jarok that, we would never have worked out. Age gap's too much. Oh, bollocks! Any chance I can lure this tardigrade into eating these? Wait, no, they eat overgrowth. They eat this stuff. Why would it be lured by healthy spore samples? I don't understand. Anyway, logical leaps aside, best way I can think of to lure it is shoot it and then stand on top of the device. Or herd it. Just not herd it, just wrap it in some cables and drag it along. I'm sure it might panic though, which would be unfortunate. Hello. Oh god. Hello. Like this? Do you like it? Do you it doesn't seem to like it. Doctor? Sorry, Commander? Ah! Right, just get this between me and it, and things will happen! This is the most unusual mission I have been on in a very long time. It's invigorating. Having fun there. Old, what did I name you?
Okay, you should be able to access the probe and disarm it now.
Can you move? Can you... Just a little bit, maybe. Okay, okay.
Enemy targets on sensor.
Shut up. Hey! Bloody Ilachi. Get nothing to see here. Just being interrupted constantly. God. Can I get a break?
Good work. Now lure the tardigrade to another probe.
Well, it worked once. Ooh! Oh god. Multitask. Ah! You good there? Yeah, just eating away.
We're ready for you to disable that probe.
Yum, yum.
Nice! Only one more to go.
Lovely. Oh god, that is quite the mouth you got there, isn't it? Looks like it's covered in blood already from all the other things you've eaten. Although I suppose the yield trees are red, so... benign. Benign blood. Where the... Oh shit, where is it? Guys! Right, cover me. I mean, you already are. Can't reach you. When you say it'll eat the surplus, is it going to eat the infected Alachi? Because that's not ideal. They are
We're
sentient.
ready for you to disable that
and they're
probe.
possible allies. Crunchy crunch. Elachi it is. Oh, are you eating them? Eat them! Eat them! Eat the Elachi! Nom nom. Payback. Payback for all the people you ate and... Oh. Okay. Not payback, I guess. It's just sort of... What the bloody hell? Fascinating. I'm dying. I just set off a grenade right next to me. That Elachi looks big, and I just passed one. Oh, God. Right, good work, Jimmy, my boy. Jimbo the bear. Jimbo the exoskeletal bear, invertebrate. Yeah, you do your thing, Jimbo. We'll just do... Aren't we supposed to not shoot the thing or risk detonation? Anyway. You just, munchy crunchy.
This is all starting to come together. Ja'ula's plan, that is. I think I understand what she's trying to do.
She's trying to destroy the multiverse?
Ja'ula and House Mokai learn about classified Starfleet projects in 2256. She raids the Glen and discovers the spore drive, then steals all of the data on it.
Not all of it.
Unfortunately for her, Strahl corrupted the data before she stole it. So, when she made her spore-based superweapon, she was using bad data.
And accidentally built a time machine? With interesting results.
She puts her shiny new toy on her flagship and joins the attack on Starbase 1.
Where she jumped.
That didn't work out so well for her, though. Bad data, bad weapon. She pulls the trigger and boom! It blows up in her face and the explosion throws her into this century.
Her and quite a few others.
Ja'ula works out the bugs in her weapon's design. She determines that mutated spores are a critical component, so she sets out to get more of them. That's where the probes come in. She fires them into the network, they beam out Hark-Peng radiation, spores mutate, and Ja'ula gets more ammo for her weapon of mass destruction.
Ah, and because she's harvesting the stuff, I presume that means that she's not going to end up destroying the multiverse. That's a win, I think. Disturbing, but it makes sense.
Problem is, she didn't think it through.
Oh, okay.
The radiation causes unexpected side effects, as we've seen firsthand. Somehow, I don't think Ja'ula is worried about collateral damage, though.
It would be stupid of her not to be.
Knowledge is power. Now that we know what she's up to, we can take steps to put an end to her plan and protect the network from her actions. Hopefully, we'll be able to work with the Josep on this. Who knows, maybe the Elachi will join the fight. The sane Elachi, that is.
If there are any. We're going to need all the help we can get, so yes.
No argument there. Wait, did you hear that? Something's coming. Something
I
big.
assume you heard that through your connection to the network, not through ears, because all I hear is music. Big? How big? Like another tardigrade? That's not a tardigrade. That is an Elachi battle cruiser. Oh, no. It's a frigate. It's kind of small. It's a walker. We're fucked.
I'm gonna say that's not a good sign.
Good observation, Commander. Oh, those look like intact Elachi, though. Lower your weapons. Let's be chill about this. They may be able to be reasoned with. We do have a common enemy. I hope they realize that. Oh. Hi. Dab. Is this a good enough sign of peace for you guys? I was looking for a wave. Anyway.
Do not fire.
What does it look like I'm doing?
We are allies.
Thank God.
Forgive me. It has been so long since I have used my voice.
I mean, you're doing kind of well. So, right. I assume you've realized that we have a common enemy? And you are.
I was Jarsev.
It's a Romulan name.
A Romulan once. I am Ilachi now.
And yet you're kind of conversing in standard. Are you reverting?
Partially. My mind returns to the time before my change. But I will never be a true son of Romulus again. The weapon is to blame. It corrupts some of us. Drives us mad. Others, like me, become fusions of Ilachi and what we were before. Wait. These weapons, are they the work of the Tal Shiar?
The Tal Shiar don't really exist anymore. Your memories are kind of outdated. It's been a fair few years. They're, a renegade Klingon sect. Let's call them that.
You must stop her. Close the rifts. Destroy her weapons.
Doing our best.
If she continues this madness, she will utterly corrupt this realm. If that happens, it will break through into the void space, your realm, and destroy everything.
I'm aware, and we won't let that happen.
You should return to your realm. Ju'ula's attack has angered other Ilachi. They are taking a fleet to destroy anything on the other side of the rift.
Andoria.
You must leave, now. Go to your realm and help your people while you can.
We'll do what we must.
It is our way. The Josep thank you for removing the sickness. We will work with Tarsev and other Ilachi who wish to stand together against Ja'ula. We believe we will meet again, friends. Goodbye.
Until next time, I have a battle to wage. Right, when you say fleet, we don't exactly have a fleet on the other side, but I'm sure we could get more ships, considering we're at the heart of the Federation. Beam us up! And prepare for battle.
We're receiving your data now. No sign of our House Mokai friends, but something's definitely happening with the rift. Based on what you've found out in the network, we'll be able to close it, but we'll need to get several external readings before we're ready to try.
Fantastic. Work fast, please.
Riskava and Hoffman can head to opposite ends of the rift. From there, we should each be able to get a differential reading.
You're also taking
Once
yourself
we have
out of the
enough data,
fight.
you can use a deflector modulation to close the rift.
Roger that. Watch your sensors for anything. Presumably Ilachi. We've got a few more Andorian escorts here. Well, 2. Yep, there they are!
Those Ilachi ships, they're using spore drives.
Oh, is that what those are? I was wondering!
The Ilachi drives make mine look basic.
Really?
I'm gonna keep them now.
The Hoffman is in position. Initiating scan.
Fantastic, we've kind of got our hands full at the moment. We've just been rammed by an escort. Evade! Oh, I won't say this is just like old times.
We're ready to close the rift.
In old times, they were just weird enemies who ate Romulans. Now they're potential allies who are just being silly. God. Protect the Hoffman and the Riskava, doing my best with these Andorian escorts. Launch the second wing of fighters. Ah, it looks like some of our old friends from Nimbus are in the area. Thanks for the assist, guys. Purely legitimate business you were conducting previously, I'm sure. So many allies that were just destroyed. Bathe the battlefield in plasma. Right, evade that pulse. We're drifting. Ah! Bloody items. Bloody items! Oh, so many effects. Bloody. No good screenshots for me. Rescava and Hoffman are close. Just a while longer. Rescava, waiting on you.
This is the Rescava. We finished that.
Fantastic! Helm, hard about!
Heads up!
Yeah, no, I noticed that! Evade! Right, I need my screenshots to go away. Defeat Ilachi ships first, okay. Oh, brilliant! Vakal, I'm glad you could make it! Another Yorktown in the fight. I like that. Although you've kind of arrived at the tail end, we weren't exactly having trouble with this one. Hard about? Coordinator attack with the Enterprise. Can I get a good screenshot of the Enterprise and the Lenara in battle? It's kind of hard. Right, match our turn rate. Now. Oh, so much for battle. Right, closing. After the screenshots go away. I hope I got some good screenshots of the Enterprise and the Lenara. Fantastic! Close the rift. Dock fighters, retrieve the Aquarius.
Wow, that actually worked. I can't say I didn't have doubts at first, but whew, well done. Not to rain on the parade here, but Ja'ula's still out there. As long as she has that weapon and the spores it needs to power it, this can happen again.
And she will now become the utmost priority to everyone in the Alliance.
Well, you can count on the Lucari. We will do what we can to stop her. This isn't just a threat to our universe. There's a brilliant, wondrous realm lying beneath our conception of space. And it's in danger as well. We can't let harm come to it from our side of the cosmos.
Agreed.
We stopped Ja'ula's attack and saved Andoria. I'd call that a good start. That rift, though, that's something you don't see every day, even in Starfleet. And I've seen some strange things in my time. It was good working with you all. I'll make sure Starfleet Command is updated. We'll do everything we can to bring Ja'ula to justice and put a stop to this campaign of hers.
Oh, quite a day. Thank you. It is nice working with you, Captain Chemerois.
About Ja'ula, she's going to go after any spores she can get her hands on. You're going to want to cut her off. The sooner the better. And
you've got
I
intel.
Can help with that.
Fantastic. Your expertise will be most helpful, Commander.
Pretty sure you didn't bring me into all this for the charming conversation, though that is a definite bonus.
Yes?
I'll be glad to have something to do. It'll help me adjust to life as a sentient hologram. I've got a lot to process and a lot to catch up on.
Indeed, a lot's changed since 2257. The Klingons, for the most part, are actually our allies now, even if they are led by bloody Jimpok.
That might be the understatement of the 25th century. Short term, I'll start putting together a list of known spore colonies. We need to keep an eye on those. If we're lucky, we'll catch Ja'ula before something like this happens again.
Keep you posted, Commander. This needs to end as soon as possible.
We can leave Andoria on your orders, sir.
Thank you, Zakath. Engage! Okay, let's just sit here. Guys, this is becoming a problem, can we not?
What an extraordinary series of events. The Mycelial Network will be of great interest to the Lucari, I can assure you. Our own astromycologists will want to study it as soon as possible. I do hope the Alliance is able to put a swift end to Ja'ula's campaign. The thought of her using spores as part of a weapon, it's unsettling. If she's able to perfect that technology, no one will be safe from her wrath. Finally, please send my regards to Commander Stamets. It was such a pleasure to work with him, and I do wish him the best as he explores the galaxy in our time.
A nice touch, Captain. It is nice working with you. I will convey your regards. Ooh, Ooh. Oh, if they can't wear... I don't know, maybe I do want a Lachi Bridge officer. With that, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please feel free to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.